Night, one of the best games we've seen, Fred, in Big Ten playoff season, really a 4-4 tie.
It was
out of Western Canada. Puck is loose, and Ivan Kovic had to kick that away with a right pass fake. Centers, McKenna's there, and it came free. Now it's Misa. Penn State, Fred, has had to do some shifting, especially this top line, McKenna and Arrow. Here's Moldenhauer. Nick Moldenhauer having his best year at Michigan. Centers it in front. Chance there, and it couldn't put it away. Jaden. And Michigan dodges a bullet there. And here they come back the other way. Malcolm Spence in. Good defensive work from Guy Godowski's son, Mac, out there. Back up top with some personnel. Here's a chance again. Another good look there for Jaden Perron, the Carolina pick, but Radler got him. Up top, Moldenhauer, and Radler sees that one into his trapper all the way.
Playoffs, and they waited and waited and waited to see if they were going to make the NCAA tournament, and wound up first team out.
Yep, and that was the start as the puck is tipped in front, and McKinney redirects it in, beating Radler, and Michigan draws first blood with 12:26 to go in period one. They lead at 1-0.
Wolverines held a 34-24 edge in the face-off circle last night, and Cole McKinney wins this one, gets secondary help from Park. McKinney goes to the net and is able to get a stick on it. And Michigan, 7:34 in, is able to guys who take the majority of the draws. Now it falls upon Laubach and Misa, Chinda Graves.
And Schoen had an opportunity trying to get this puck and get it out. In possession, shot fresh off the bench. He hops in down low, trying to center it there, looking for TJ Hughes, who was down to one knee.
They could not make a change because they shot it directly out of play.
Oh, yeah. Good point, and they have to stay out there. Now Moldenhauer, inside of 9 to go here in period one. 1-0 on the goal by Cole McKinney. Shots are even at 4 here. Michigan got 2 points last night. Penn State won. A shootout win goes down as a tie for Michigan. Robertson right in, he scores! Ben Robertson and Moldenhauer teaming up there. And the Wolverines, with 8.5 to go, lead it 2-0.
And dare we say, once again, it starts with face-off possession. Jaden Perron was taking a beating out front, but Ben Robertson, just a power move by the transfer defenseman to the goal around the forward, and he got a little help there from Nick Moldenhauer, who's been red hot, now a career high 11 goals. And
he tried twice at the World Junior and wasn't able to score either time. He's always a dangerous player. Great pass there to Valentini on cue. Valentini in. Valentini waits. Trying to go to Malcolm Spence. Now the Nittany Lions flip it ahead for Matt DeMarsico. DeMarsico trying to work his way around Barnett. Tripped up, went down, still battling. Great battle there in front. Now chance. Laubach scores. Reese Laubach. Beautiful shot right there in a grade A scoring area. And Penn State gets it to a one-shot game. It's 2-1.
Well, this all starts. It was 1-on-3 with Matt DeMarsico. He goes in and wins the forecheck battle. Look at the second effort. Down, back up, battling with Dakota O'Mullen. Then a sweet little play by Casey Amon. He knew that his shot would likely get blocked. His stick.
Ernest is the only guy in the line whose dad isn't an assistant GM with the Red Wings. How's that? In front, Draper loose, and Radler had it, lost it, gathers it back.
The player puts his stick down first.
Change in the score in June in Buffalo. Now Webush frees. Christensen with a shot. A lot of traffic in front of Ivan Kovic. In the slot, now Fink. Off the left wing, McKenna. Gavin McKenna with Smith. McKenna shoots, punched away by his Canadian World Junior teammate, Jack Ivan Kovic. McKenna last night had that chance. He was the last guy to go, and Ivan Kovic was prepared like he'd seen his move before, wasn't he?
Yeah. Al McKenna, a young man who really changed the
Flubbing it down, 2:15 to go. McKenna keeps. Now McKenna floats it in front. Ivan Kovic had to be ready, and he was, because Aiden Fink was in his kitchen there, and he's got it with 2:11 to go in the period.
Let's look at Jack Ivan Kovic's perspective. Had a clear.
Crespo, good challenge there. Great keep by Crespo at that right point. Chin to Graves in front. Chance. Ivan Kovic's there, and he gobbles that one up with Fink and McKenna breathing down his neck.
Now you have to like the pushback by this Penn State team, which fell behind at 2-0 early. And
they get together. Now it's going to run down here as the time will expire. Ernestine in the corner, tied up. The Nittany Lion down there. Chin to Graves and company in there, and that is it for period one here, Fred. 11-6 of the shots.
Although Penn State plays that you get close, throw the puck on net style, and they almost a team with a lot of talent, as we know.
Sure is. Good stick there for Misa. Out there with Fink now. Gavin McKenna. 9 shots last night. Good hot shot there. Hit Ivan Kovic up high from Aiden Fink, who can absolutely wire a puck. But Ivan Kovic wins the battle this time. Yeah.
He used to do it at Michigan.
Yep.
That means he's a right shot.
Look out here, Ray O'Mullen in front, and Radler with a big timely stop there, Fred.
Well, Michigan's defense is very active. And coming right down State Street is Dakota Ray O'Mullen to make the right play.
Here's McKenna now, rim of the circle, shoots. Backhander of Ganowski, good chance. McKenna, another chance. Knocked down in front of Ivan Kovic. Good pressure here by Ivan Kovic. Great pressure from Penn State. Here comes Ernestine against Ganowski. Looking in the direction. Heels around Reese Lawback. Jaden Perron still with another nifty move, and it's covered and held. Hage gets in. Backhander. What a good chance from Hage there. Made something out of nothing in there. Hage again. Now Fantilli, low shot, right pad saved by Radler. Here's McKenna now, one-on-one with Duke. McKenna patient. Duke went down, whistled at the line and called offside.
Tyler Duke, slow to get up.
Over the Michigan border to our south. Here's Hughes back in front. Good stick again from Jackson Smith. Good rush from Penn State. Hughes back the other way. Fantilli, Perron off the bar. Jaden Perron had the percent clip. Dangerous play here. Punch back in deep on Jackson Smith. Penn State, Fink. McKenna's in front. Puck came free onto the stick of Tyler Duke. Waves in there against Robertson. Swept along and back up top. Good play by Van Olm. One-timer on the way. Gadowski. Bit of a flutter ball that got in there. It's not in sync here so far. Wasted 30 seconds here on this power play chance. Schoen out there pestering the puck. Jaden Perron. Hughes now. Michigan will look to get set up. Collins out there with Schoen. Amon, Shade, the PK guys for Guy Gadowski. In front, bumper chance, they score! Jaden Perron took the pass from Malcolm Spence, and Michigan 1-for-1 on the power play. They make Penn State pay, and they lead it by 2.
Well, the read here is off the net front player, Malcolm Spence. As he vacates his net front position, takes the pass down low, and in the meantime, Jaden Perron comes out of the corner, fills his spot, and Spence finds the seam. You can see
forcing that play and turning it over. Was Ray O'Mullen. Hughes right in. Now Moldenhauer. Perron. Now Hage turns the other way for the Wolverines. On to Spence. Spence trying to go back for Michael Hage. Just couldn't get a stick on it. Work by Penn State coming back there. Hage trying to wrap around. Radler with a left pad. Now the Trapper with 2 and change to play in the period. Jumping down to the right point is Shade. Turning in whipping it right into the trapper of Jack Ivan Kovic. Shown in front. Linesman get in there to separate he and Tyler Duke. Gavin McKenna unable to keep possession, trying to knock it down. Here comes McKinney. Raidler with a big-time stop there on McKinney. Sniffing for a second in the game. Crespo, Michigan putting them under pressure here with 85 seconds to go in the period. Pressure of that puck by Malcolm Spence back out there with Michael Hage. Fred talked about them, but it's intercepted. Jackson Smith now, DeMarsico and Webush down on the goal line. He's on the left flank. McKenna's shot off the glass, goes up and out of play with 42.1 to go in the period.
This Penn State power play reminds me of the Wisconsin power play when Luke Cunnin was operating it.
Yeah.
See McKenna way off to the right side or way off to the left side. Now they'll try to take the...
Misa now with 20 seconds to go in the period. DeMarsico shoots and a glove stop made by Ivan Kovic.
Nittany Lions working around on the power play, and they get it to Matt DeMarsico. But
that will do it for period number 2. Penn State will have 59 seconds to work with on the power play when the third begins. Jaden Perron, Fred, with another big goal for Michigan. They lead.
Getting the job done. The stats that is not there is when leading after 2, Michigan is 7th his stick. DeMarsico's.
Here's McKenna in over the line, looking across, trying to go to that far post to fake.
Goal is for broadcasters and fans.
Yeah. Perron, quick shot, and it's gobbled up by Raidler. What really matters is the NPI.
Out the extraneous noise and
yeah.
just working on the everyday. Adam Nightingale talks about being an everyday player.
Michael Hage dashing in, up and out of play off that left wing side. And take a look at Hage and his speed on display. When I'm trying to get the next one here to get this to a one-shot game. And Ivan Kovic will cover here with Casey Amon there. And a hot shot in there with a good screen in front from Van Olm. It was a big-time goal scorer in the Western League at nearly 50 snipes, and Ivan Kovic comes up, makes a dandy of a stop there. The Nittany Lions looking skyward.
Yeah, Carter Shade can't believe the stop that Jack Ivan Kovic.
Jackson Smith. Look out here. Perron comes up with a puck and walked right into the paint on Raidler. Fink, rink wide. McKenna lays back Smith. Oh, he couldn't get the shot away. He took a pretty heavy hit from Hughes there. He's still down in the corner. Lost one of his gloves. And he is trying to gather himself down there in the corner to our left.
Watch Jaden Perron. Goes across crease, tries to come back, but Kevin Raidler, if he's 6'6", that might be in, but he's 6'7". Now watch after said Penn State can't challenge.
Look out here, knocked away, nearly a chance for Fink. Now McKenna, cross ice look, Misa, that one blocked by Duke and the Michigan bench. All banging their sticks, standing up. Huge play from Duke.
Wanted to say that Penn State could not challenge without the risk of incurring a 2-minute minor for delay of game because they used their challenge in the last period.
Hard, McKinney couldn't get it out off of DeMarsico. Penn State, 7 minutes gone in the period, trying to push, trying to get this game to a one-shot game. DeMarsico calmly handles, delayed penalty coming. Penn State's going to get a power play too as Raidler's off to the bench and the whistle calls it counting. Park couldn't keep it away. Here's Fink, look out. Aiden Fink got law back with him. Fink in, shoots. Ivan Kovic got the challenge. Fink, good look. Now Horkoff. Park with Rayon Mullen. Just out of the reach of Will Horkoff. 25 to go in the minor penalty to J.J. Webush of Penn State. Horkoff. Ringo Mullen now surveys. Back to Will Horkoff from the dot. Looking in front. Throws it toward the goal. And Will Horkoff and Michigan get one with 8 seconds to go in the minor penalty to Webush. And the Wolverines lead it by 3.
Exactly what the big guy Will Horkoff, first-round draft to the Pittsburgh Penguins, needed. I think this goes off a skate in front. And sometimes when you're in a slump, that's all you need, as it goes off the skate of the defenseman Collins, number 77, and Will Horkoff. Crespo, I think, coming down the middle lane, and you could just see everyone up on the Michigan bench banging their sticks. And that's the kind of goaltending that.
Another goal for the Wolverines. They go down low below those hash marks, and the pit bull puppy, they call him in Ann Arbor. Adam Valentini bangs home another, and it's 5-1 Michigan.
The 17-year-old had a goal and 2 assists in his team's 7-1 victory at Hockey Valley back in November. And we continue to talk about face-off wins, secondary face-off wins. This is a secondary one, as Malcolm Spence, whose imprint has been all over. We talked off the top. Penn State challenged in the face-off circle with 2 of their top centers out.
Indeed the case. Dave Dowiak among the best. Not we sure have. Here's Webush now. Marsico. McKenna in front. Couldn't put it away. Fink was there. Beautiful pass. He just couldn't put it away.
Couldn't put it away because it's better than expected for Matt Deschamps, the assistant coach, on the back end.
Luke Misa gets right in. Ivan Kovic got the challenge. And you see the frustration from Misa. He busted right through. Came back to McKenna. McKenna off of McKinney. Gadowski. McKenna. Misa. They get it back to Gadowski in front. Redirected attempt there by Ben Schoen on the setup by McKenna. Dozen seconds remaining now in the power play for Penn State. Lawback stuffs in his second of the game with 3:40 to go. And Penn State cashes in on the man advantage here late.
Well, you mentioned Ben Schoen, and because of his net front position, Tyler Duke, you teach defensemen to sense danger. Well, there was definitely danger there, but Tyler Duke couldn't get over because he was taking care of number 12, and Reese Lawback able to make the power move from the goal line and the right shot to swing around. And if this holds, Michigan will be 10 points ahead of the Nittany Lions.
Lawback looking at play. I mean, this guy's just a battler. What a gamer. Nope.
Jack Ivan Kovic. So Michigan will be 4 points up on Michigan State. Spartans with 2 games in hand. And never say never in the Big Ten, but Michigan also has the tiebreaker on Penn State should they be tied.
Yep. Up top here, Christensen on to McKenna. Under 2 to go now. And there's a shot that goes in. Gavin McKenna shot it. Looked like Misa got a piece of it. And Penn State with 1:51 to go. This is a 2-goal game.
And Penn State, they've acquitted themselves really well. It was 5-1, and there was no woe me. They just put their collective heads down and have gone to work. McKenna wheels, fires, and yeah, Misa.
Here's Smith now keeping it in, but Hughes comes away. 3-on-1 Michigan with Perron, with Moldenhauer. Hughes and Perron back. Oh, Michigan.
Deal with a 3-on-1. Hughes and Perron, a little passing drill.
McKenna's got it on to Fink. Fink with a shot off the shaft of the stick of Barnett toward the empty net. It's going to miss again, but Moldenhauer's going to get in there and put it away. Nick Moldenhauer, he'll seal the deal with 61 seconds to go. His second of the game. Nittany Michigan.
Nick Boldenhauer, who's become so important defensively for Michigan. At the same time, the defense has set the table for his...
McKenna's shot off the ankle of Barnett. Now Draper coming in. Here comes Keenan Draper. McKenna chasing, and Radler made the stop. And then Jackson Smith, going after Ernestine. Ernestine taking it. McKenna's in there. He had his arm around Ernestine. Now Fink coming in. Barnett, he's got a handful of DeMarsico. Smith is furious, trying to get at Ernestine. Now Barnett and DeMarsico in the other corner. There they are. And Asher Barnett with a takedown of Matt DeMarsico. Jackson Smith, they're trying to get him off the ice. Barnett's lost his bucket. Got out to a 2-0 lead. Penn State got it to 2-1, then 3-1, and then Michigan pulled away. Penn State tried to chip away, but Ivan Kovic and the Wolverines take 5 of 6 points this weekend.